What is up, my friends, and how's it going? Welcome back to the second episode of our live stream as Mithridates VI in our Let's Play for Mithridatic Wars. And in the previous episode, we had managed to sorry with that, just adjusting the sound settings. Hope you guys can hear all of the audio this time. And anyways, as I was saying in the previous episode, we managed to build up at least one army. We also managed to conquer Syria, and then we pushed into Asia and declared war against the Solani. And the objective is to control the entirety of Anatolia, and then perhaps maybe we can liberate the remaining Greeks of the Hellenic mainland. However, with that, we have to go ahead and end the turn. And before I do that, I'm actually going to dismantle this building so that I can get my garrison. And I am going to put Mithridates VI into the port of Ephesus, because the objective over here is to sail quickly and conquer Rhodos as quickly as possible, and then Pergamon, and then we can focus on the client states of the Solani faction. Hello, Angry Bacteria Horde. Welcome to the live stream. And alright, that's good to hear that the audio is good. And before we end the turn, in about the next turn, we will have a level 3, which means we will get access to the Syrian elephants. Let's go ahead and end the turn. Okay, so for those of you who have just joined, we have gone ahead and ended the first turn, and we are going to try to conquer. And while the Seleucids won't trade with us, I mean, I don't mind. We were at war with them. Maybe if we can trade with them, they might not declare war against us as often. That could turn out in our favor. And okay, one thing I do like about these mini campaigns is that the end turns are just so quick. Alright, let's quickly assassination plot, increase the rank. Okay, fantastic. And of course now we can recruit a couple of elephant units, which is what I kind of want. They are pretty expensive though. And of course we are taking summer attrition over here in Syria. That's not good. However, that being said and done, let's focus off what's going on in the west. And we can move our fleet over here and quickly select. Alright, and hello Daniel K, loving the content. Thank you so much, and welcome to the stream. Glad to have you with us. And as you can see, we demolished the main settlement over here, and because of that we got a complete garrison except for your first unit, which is the Pontic Spearmen. In the case of Pontus, they will not be fully replenished. However, the Pontic militia, townsfolk and archers are completely replenished, and while these units are not really all that good, it does help with the auto resolve. So now we can go ahead and start upgrading that settlement. Meanwhile, over here, let's go ahead and conquer the settlement of Rhodos. I'm going to quick save over here and we can hop into the battle. It's going to be a pretty nice battle, even though it is a garrison army. And even though this is a garrison army of the Romans, I believe they still have some hoplite unit, which is kind of funny. Hi, I didn't even know you were filming Rome. Hello Agro Balaz, welcome to the stream. What do you mean by filming Rome? Oh, you mean the Roma Let's Play series? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I've been doing that. I mean, I have given my chat, or my subscribers the opportunity to determine what exactly I will be playing, and as a result they selected Roma, because of which I am playing as Roma. Alright, let's quickly set up our army, because it is after all a siege battle against pretty low tier garrison units, so don't want to waste too much time with setting up our armies. We're going to try to, as quickly as possible, just get rid of the units. And here we go, 4 and our general. Go ahead and start the battle. Hopefully the enemies sally out towards us, and it looks like they are determined to stay put. Hold on. Maybe, just maybe, if they do decide to run out, it's going to be perfect. And we are running ourselves to the enemy. Fluffy, I like the statue in the background. Nice detail. Oh, this one you mean. The Colosseum of Rhodos. Yeah, it's actually a very nice detail. Something that CA has done well, I guess. Hello, great stream mate. Following you from only 2 weeks and learning English while watching. I'm Italian. Oh, buongiorno. Yeah, kind of know some Italian myself, however, not that much. I did travel to Italy when I was about 10 years old, and it was such a fantastic experience. I have been a historical buff at a very young age, so, you know, Italy has been one of the best countries that I've ever visited. I did, however, not spend too much time in the southern half of Italy, and pretty much went all over the northern half, I would say. So let's keep moving forward. What we want to do is we want to move our pikemen closer. Meanwhile, we can move our thorax spearmen even closer. Get them over here. And we definitely want to get rid of their cavalry units. Meanwhile, all the way over here, they just have a light swords unit, so we could charge against them and get our swordsmen in and around as well. Move our Galatian swordsmen to the left over there. And the point is, we want to weaken this cavalry unit just a bit, so that you know, they are no longer a threat to our own cavalry units. So get our general up front, and as soon as our pikemen actually engage, then and a really beautiful looking pike unit, very unique because it is Pontus, so it's a bit of a fusion of Eastern and Hellenic. The cavalry has reached over here, and we don't need all of them to charge against one single unit, so we are going to diverge their attention towards this unit, and we got to keep an eye out for the general over there. However, we are nearly running out of ammunition, and pretty much not really all that close to getting rid of any of the enemy units, and I don't really need to attack that archer unit anymore. Okay. And you know, one thing, what happens is when you attack a unit, it actually selects the center, and that's why you don't want to click the attack with this, because you're not exactly lined up to the center. And if you click this unit over here and click the flag, which is pretty much the center point, then this unit will turn this way. So that's something that you can choose to avoid. Meanwhile, we can just charge into the general. Don't really care. Just a bunch of melee units over here. Quickly get our swordsmen in and back over there. Get our general here. These cavalry can come here, and we can charge this sword unit on multiple sides. While our Cappadocian lancers are going to take a bit of casualties if we're not careful. What we can do is we can retreat them over here. Hopefully the enemy general will pursue us. Hello Adrian, welcome to the chat. Glad to have you with us for this live stream. Meanwhile, what we can do is, since these units are not really being attacked, we can go into that narrow formation and then just keep moving up. so that we can effectively flank these units. Let's keep charging into that archer unit. Meanwhile, move this unit a little bit to the left. Once again, okay, the general over here has pursued us, so we can go ahead and charge him. Meanwhile, on the right flank, we can charge this sword unit, and we should be able to deal with him quite easily. Keep moving our spearmen. Our main swordsman can also come around. Now that general is losing decisively. Meanwhile, over here, big charge is going to happen. Our general is going to get a complete devastating charge against this unit over here, and it should rout immediately. Light infantry is not at all good against heavy cavalry, so we have a little bit of ammunition remaining. So let's go ahead and actually shoot in the backs of this unit so that we can quickly rout them. And if we rout them, then we will be able to get a cavalry over here, and then we will be able to flank with our swordsmen, which is what we want. And of course, shooting enemy units in the back does cause a lot of casualties. I'm also assigning my skirmisher units to fire at them in the backs. As you can see, the unit, it has started to lose decisively. Meanwhile, the enemy general is also getting completely destroyed, so that's good news for us. Okay, get these guys over here. Galatian swordsmen. Wonderful. We have dealt with the enemy general, so let's go ahead and charge this missile units from both sides. And now another good thing about these Scythian archers that I hadn't noticed before is that they actually have a really good weapon damage, as in weapon damage of 19 and a melee armor penetration of 14, so they can pretty much hit pretty hard, and they have 38 armor, so they can hold quite well in a melee. Meanwhile, our skirmishers have done their duty over here, so there's absolutely no need. Our general can go ahead and inspire, but I want to pull him out. And I don't really have to worry too much about taking casualties, because Rhodos is, of course, Hellenic. Let's go ahead, get these guys behind. These guys can come here, since anyways my Scythian archers are gonna flank this unit over here, so there's no dire need to get around. Meanwhile, just put my Cappadocian lancers to charge into the enemy rear over here. Just completely ignore the units over here. Keep pushing across. Meanwhile, our archers can go ahead and attack that unit. Just a quick look of how many kills they've gotten so far. About 200 in total. That's pretty good. And now that these melee infantry are charging my Cappadocian lancers, I can use my general to charge into their backs. Meanwhile, over here, Scythian archers are going to do... Wow, just look at that. That is crazy. They were just 71 and now they're already at 100. That's crazy. With that, we have won the battle, so I guess I will see you all back in the campaign. T-Dizzle, what's up? Welcome to the live stream. Glad to have you with us. How long are you going to stream for today? Oh my god, I'm just going to call you Kalka, alright? I'm sorry I butchered the last name. Kalak Null. I'm sorry, I'm a try-hard. I am going to stream for a total of 2 hours. I mean, 3 hours last time was a bit too much. However, it was the first episode, so kind of had to do a little bit of an introduction, which took about half an hour. So I felt it was unjustified to do it for just 2 hours in the first episode. However, with that, we have conquered Rhodos, and we're going to peacefully occupy it because it is Hellenic in culture. And very quickly, we're going to do the same thing. As you can see over here, our garrison is low, so we're going to demolish the buildings so that we get the full garrison in the next turn. Meanwhile, what we can do, and I actually absolutely love Cretan archers, I'm not going to lie, but definitely those Scythian heavy archers are better. Once again, I'm not going to lie, they are fantastic and pretty good. Alright, now that we have captured Rhodos, maybe we could hire a admiral. Let's have a quick look at politics, because we haven't really in the past couple of turns. Factions, political parties seem to be quite loyal. And a quick look at the chat. Is this the new campaign in DEI? Yes, it is. Hoekstra. I'm just going to call you Hoekstra because the first 3 alphabets are all consonants. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce your name. Mew, happy to see you streaming again. Loved your Sparta guide. I am so glad you guys did, and I'm really happy that, you know, I have the opportunity to diversify my channel, since I really wanted to diversify my channel. And yes, before we go ahead and end the turn, let's quickly see. This is giving industrial wealth. That's good. That's actually perfect. That's exactly what we kind of need. Let's go ahead and get that industrial wealth. And there's a little bit of a change to the meta. As you've seen in my Spartan guide, I do not go for the experienced archer, because if you have a low number of missile units, makes no sense to get that. And I have already taken it for Mithridates, however. Right, so the character that we had was, I believe it wasn't Mithridates, it was Pharnaces. Let's go ahead and recruit Pharnaces as a governor. And we are going to raise a fleet. We don't need an expensive fleet, we can just get this medium fleet. Deploy him in there, in the settlement. And rename him Hegemon 2 Ephesos. You know what, I'm actually going to do it a little bit of a Greek style, so B. This is Gamma actually, but I'm just going to do it in the English form. Right. And of course this will be Alpha. I'm sorry, this has to be Delta. There we go. Alright, with that, we are almost ready to end the turn. One thing I do want to get is, I would definitely want to get rid of these Persian skirmishers and get an extra unit of something of sorts. So what I might actually get is, I might get rid of these Pontic Torak Lancers in favor of the Cappadocian Hired Lancers. However, I do believe I have one guy over here, Mithridates, could reinstate the legacy of Asia. Put him up over here. And we can once again attempt to see if we can get some better units from the province of Scythia. However, with that, it seems like I am done with the turn. Spy has leveled up. Let's go ahead, get some abilities. And you want to focus on the success rate for your spy. And let's have a quick look at the chat. Los Doce Reyes. Good day, sir. I always try to have skirmish units that eventually can do flank and maneuver. So those archers are definitely a well-rounded unit. Absolutely, man. I love the archers. And ooh, over there we see our first Sulani army. So yeah, we got to be careful about that. Hoekstra. Love the Spartan guide. Will you also do campaign guides for factions? Yeah, I could absolutely do campaign guides for factions. I mean, this is the point of diversifying the channel, is so that I can get to do all of these, guides for Divided Impera in particular. And I really want to do a lot of different guides. Like, you know, this week I ended up doing Sparta as an army guide. Maybe the next week I might do a few campaign guides, starting moves, etc. Just highlight some of the good provinces based on the faction that you're playing as and so forth. B Company, hello mate, welcome to the stream, glad to have you with us. Alright, a peace has been negotiated, not that it concerns us. Basically 2 Arabian factions. And we are fully replenished for now. Can't really reach over there, so let's just get back to the mainland. And as you can see, we have, well, we have kind of sort of replenished over there. So I guess it should be quite difficult for the Romans to attack us. Meanwhile, we can put Mithridates on a patrol stance. Go ahead, get everyone upgraded armor. Upgraded armor is always great. And alright, so we have reached autumn, which means we won't be taking attrition anymore in Syria. However, we don't really need to stick around in Syria. What we need is to, in fact... Now, I could actually get rid of these Galatian warriors. I mean, I like the unit cards. However, you know, let's get the real deal. The real Galatians, because the real Galatians, once we get to the level 3, as you can see over here, Galatians chosen swordsmen, they have about the same stats, and they are going to come from the foreign population class. So definitely want to get those guys instead. And meanwhile, over here, we can see what we can build up. I am going to build yet another temple over here. Quickly move our army as close to Saracena. And we get the message. Oh my god, this cavalry is ever elusive, man. It's a fantastic unit, however, it is elusive, unfortunately. With that, I don't think there's much else to do in this turn, so let's go ahead, end the turn, and I will go ahead and read the chat. Supratim Mitra. Okay, that's like, I don't know what's the first, but the second name sounds very much like an Indian name. How to manage the family when playing as Mithridates, as all children kept dying and the max family members have negative traits with having children. That's interesting. I mean, and so far in my campaign, none of my characters have died. I mean, how do they die? How does his children die? Because most of them are actually adults. So the only way adults actually die is from old age. And they're all pretty young. Mithridates himself is quite young. So I'm not entirely sure what you're asking. But yeah, I mean, feel free to elaborate on that so that I can help you out. Mew, would love to see a campaign guides for large factions like Seleucids, Egypt. Starting a game with few provinces is easy, but large empire starts have always been a problem for me. I completely agree, Mew. It is actually easier to play as a smaller province than it is to play as a large empire. Large empires are quite difficult to manage. I would say that sometimes you want to, like, if you're finding it absolutely difficult to manage, sometimes you want to lose a couple of provinces or a couple of regions in order to, you know, in order to do better against, I guess, you know, the AI, which will be surrounding you from all directions. However, some of our characters have improved in rank. Have we actually leveled him up? I think we have. Go ahead and see our governor. And go ahead, get that extra cultural conversion. Some more empire maintenance. The public order seems fine, so I can get even more empire maintenance. What is our tax rate looking at? It's at medium, so eventually I want to get it down to low. Carthage, not Egypt. Yes, Carthage. I think, in my opinion, among the big factions, if I have to be honest, among the big factions, Carthage and Seleucids are the hardest, without a shred of doubt, and it comes as no surprise as both of these factions are actually the largest faction in the game, so definitely they are going to be a tough faction. Meanwhile, keep looking over here. Once again, we don't get the unit we are hoping for. Right. Once again, we're slowly going to move our armies towards Pergamon. For now, we're nearly at the gates of Pergamon. Meanwhile, our spy doesn't have to stay here. He can move into Thracia. And we could hire another general. From agriculture, I don't really want him. Zeal, public order. Sanitation, replenishment. I guess I have to get this guy. All of them are court nobles. So it doesn't serve me well, however, it is better to get him. We can go ahead and rename him Hegemon C. Rhodos. Perfect. Let's go ahead, quick look at our settlements. Everything seems to be fine. Quick look at politics. Once again, everything seems to be fine, so we can go ahead, end the turn, and I will hop back onto the chat. Hoekstra, I agree. When playing anything that is not a one city, I struggle. Yes, definitely. Mithra, I meant to say that a few of my generals died, and for normal campaigns I can replace them with their children and if I need, but in this campaign when a child is born they kept dying. I think play with the submod that I play with, which actually gives better children, so they have a lesser chance to die. And you also have less chance of spawning bastards. I hate bastards because they have a cap on the amount of gravitas they can accumulate. The advantage to larger empires, however, is that you have more economic base to spam more units. AI unit spam is real. Playing a multiplayer as Bactria with my friend and Moria kept spamming 20 stacks. I agree and disagree because, you know, having a more provinces doesn't necessarily mean a good thing at the start of the game, especially since the, you know, the provinces aren't properly specced, I would say, or properly specialized in the start of the game. So someone like me who's a min-max freak, I like to spend a lot of time min-maxing the provinces, so I kind of have to spend a lot of money to get a decent sized province. And I'm just going to keep sticking that guy over there. Hopefully he will be able to get that mercenary unit. Meanwhile over here, we'll just go ahead, attack Pergamon. It's not a really good auto-resolve, it's a Pyrrhic victory, so let's go ahead and actually recruit a tortoise. And that's going to be good because we need a tortoise because we are going to get access to our Syrian mercenary elephants. Meanwhile, economy is looking good. We are slowly building up in terms of our treasury. And just when we needed, this guy is definitely better. He has empire maintenance. Let's go ahead and actually replace this guy with the other guy who has empire maintenance. Wonderful. Perfect. And over here, really don't want to upgrade anything. But what we can upgrade is upgrade some of our frontier provinces, as that is quite important. We don't want to get caught out by surprise by either the Armenians or the Seleucids. Speaking of the Seleucids, they are gonna maybe lose Palmyra. There's this guy that I finally want to move, and politically nothing much to do. What I can do is send this character to kind of improve the public order situation in Asia, because getting the public order up is so critical. However, let's see, so I had to resort to adopting generals with money. Yeah, you definitely sometimes have to adopt generals. That's just the way the game is. So when the remaining generals rise, I have to totally rely on buying generals. Sell my provinces with the submod. Okay, thanks man. Alright, yeah, I mean the submod is helpful to sell your provinces, but sometimes I think, like, you know, in the case of Egypt, you have the region of Side, which is completely isolated from the rest of your empire, kingdom, whatever you'd like to call it. So I think it's absolutely not worth holding on to Side. I mean, I would just probably just sell it or do something with it, you know, rather than hold on to it, because I'm anyways going to lose it. I mean, sometimes I like to hold on to it, and if you can actually just recruit a couple of pike units, you can technically hold on to Side, and it's not that much of a big deal. But however, the main focus is obviously dealing with the Seleucids in the Levant. So sometimes you have to play a little bit, you know, a loose situation. I mean, temporarily, so that you can get on the front foot later on. However, with that, let's go ahead and give our guy... This is actually going to be a good... You know, one of the things I absolutely recommend before engaging in a battle like this is that, you know, you can actually just reorient your army temporarily. So I'm going to give all the archers, take out all the cavalry units. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 6 archers. That's perfect. And now we can go ahead and attack Pergamon, and let's go ahead and control the large army. And I will explain why I actually took out all the cavalry from the reinforcing army. What submod can you sell provinces with? There is a submod in the TW Center and the forums, and I have linked it in my Parthian series. And I do believe it is also linked in my Roma series, so you can check the description, and it is called a Timbe, Timbe, Timbe Trade Region Submod. Hey my man, Adam Weston, how's it going? Welcome. Having fun with the campaign. Absolutely. We are just about to siege the final settlement in Asia and kick the Romans out of Asia once and for all. However, that being said and done, our reinforcing army is coming from this direction, which is great. And this is exactly the reason why I gave them all the cavalry, because I see a lot of players, what they do is they they keep all their infantry in the reinforcing armies, and what I recommend is actually putting all your infantry in the main army, because it's anyways easy to deploy your infantry all forward like this. Like, see, all the archers that I shifted into this army can already participate in the battle. Meanwhile, cavalry is quick, so it won't take much time for cavalry to get involved in the fighting. However, let's have a quick look at the tactical map. Hitting the tab key doesn't really work that well. Alright, so you definitely don't want to attack this section of the wall. Usually you want to secure one of the gates. And the reason why you don't want to attack this section of the wall is it has an L shape like this. Let's see if the green marker works better. Ew. Okay, that's horrible. But let's go there. Alright, so you don't want to attack this section of the wall, because let's say you attack from here. And let's say the enemy units have missile units over here. They can shoot onto your sides. So that's definitely not good. You don't want to be shot at from the sides. Meanwhile, over here, as you can see, there's no real disadvantage here, except you have a bunch of rocks and nasty obstacles in the way of your terrain. And of course, you have this slight incline, decline nonsense. And when you see these extensions in the ramparts, it means they could possibly be a siege equipment over there, or artillery equipment over there. However, over here, as you can see, there's one artillery, probably two, and you can attack from here. And over here, you have the advantage of attacking from the flank. So this is quite obviously the best path to attack from. So let's go ahead, just place our ladders over here. And you want to place your ladders on either sides of the gate. How do you enable the marker? Actually, I don't have a video explaining how to do so, but it is in your user data files, and you can go ahead and it's possible for you to check them on YouTube. I mean, you just have to type how to activate markers, and I'm sorry, that's like a really sad answer, but I don't have any video that can help you out. And usually kind of prepare videos for such sort of things, but unfortunately in this case I don't. So, and we'd want to get spearmen off the ladders for sure, and we can get our swordsmen onto the ladders, and our Galatian swordsmen can go into groups 5 and 4. Get them over here. Meanwhile, put all of these guys on melee attack mode. Get a pikeman into one unit. Spear unit over here, meanwhile, can take the tortoise. And you want to attack this section of the wall, usually, which has a bend, because if you break one section of this wall, you break both. So you get a bigger breach, technically. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and start the battle. Quickly move over here. Move this guy over here. Move this guy to hit that section of the wall. And our archers can go ahead slightly spread out like that, and we have unfortunately a stupid siege missile, or whatever that thing is called, artillery equipment. So let's move our units up ahead, quickly move our pikemen as well. And as you can see, we have our other general ready to be over here. Pikemen, sorry, you have to be in a different group. Get our general over here. Elephants form up in the next group. Cavalry can form that final group. And as you can see, these guys will quickly get into the battle, so it's absolutely worth it. Meanwhile, we don't want to focus fire one unit, we want to spread our archers, because putting all of your missiles onto one unit is actually super inefficient. So let's just spread our archers so that we deal the maximum damage. Speaking of maximum damage and doing some stuff that is productive, let's actually move our pikemen over there so that they can burn down the gates. Okay, cavalry can come here, general over here. We can get maybe a couple of these spike units can come here to exploit the breach. Meanwhile, the other thorax spearmen can come here. Put them on a slow movement. Elephants are nearly getting there as well. Let's have a quick look at just bombarded by missiles. I mean, already they've taken so many casualties. They're already routing, so we don't need to keep firing at that unit anymore. What we can do is instead redirect these archers to another section of the wall. Try to take down yet another unit. Ah, seems like the enemy has decided instead to come to us, so that's good. Go ahead, shoot these guys. And you two can go ahead and shoot over here. The two of you, I want you to hit this unit. You can now hit this new unit that's come back up. Wonderful. And we have reached with our tortoise near the walls, so we are going to go ahead and break those walls down. No problem, I thought there was a toggle somewhere in the menu and that was missing. No, definitely there. I wish there was. It makes sense for it to be so. However, it is a multiplayer sort of a thing, so the only thing you have to do is, you know, to actually activate it via some text editing. It's quite simple to do actually. It won't take more than 5 minutes of your time. No, they're gonna fall. Come on, fall, break it before they can get out. Oh, just one more hit. Ooh, big damage. 42 out of 200 and they're still staying strong. That is insane. Okay, get our archers to switch off that and just, man, you gotta love how good these Scythian archers are really. And our elephants have gotten into position. Let's get our Scythian archers a little bit over here. Meanwhile, we can charge our elephants into the settlement. The ladders should have reached the walls as well. So I have no idea as to why they are not climbing. Go ahead, climb those ladders. I don't know if the ladder over there is glitched out. Come on. Climb the ladder. Okay, there we go. Good. Meanwhile, these units can go ahead and start burning down the gates. Elephants are charging into the city, and that is a light melee unit, so it shouldn't stand any chance against our Syrian elephants. Boom, big damage over here. And we are not going to focus on this unit. We're going to keep moving our elephants because elephants have to keep moving. We can have a look at the new armor that I designed. It looks really nice. However, this blood... Oh, that's the blood. The blood is shiny for some reason. Okay, meanwhile, our Scythian archers can begin firing again. You go ahead and hit this unit. The rest of you can kind of come here. Get our spearmen quickly into the city. Keep moving our Syrian mercenary elephants to hit that archer unit. Okay. Swordsmen can go ahead, attack these units. Okay, wonderful. I want to get my Scythian archers into the settlement, and there's just way too many of them, so gonna have to kind of figure out how we are going to align them. So let's get them over here so that they can shoot into the enemy, hopefully. And once we burn down the gates, we can get our Phalangite into the city. Meanwhile, our Galatian swordsmen can kind of also get into the city over here. Kind of block this entry. Quick look at our elephants. Elephants are doing a great job so far. We can get a cavalry in as well. Get our Cappadocian lancers all the way inside. Elephants will continue to do a lot of damage. Elephants are quite useful in siege battles, actually. I kind of like them, really. However, we are going to pull out over there. Going to come over here, bring them over here, because I don't want to get bogged down in melee. They do have a spear unit which has 15 bonus versus elephants, so yeah, I definitely don't want to fight that unit. Meanwhile, get the archers over here, quickly get our elephants out, charge them into the backs. These gates are now burning, so that's good. Get these spearmen to protect our archers over here. Keep moving the elephants, that's the plan. Just keep spam clicking over here and the elephants will do their damage. Meanwhile, our Galatians have kind of gotten out, so that's good. Our gates are nearly burnt down as well. That's also great. And we need the Galatians to come here. You're going to charge this unit, you're going to charge over here. Hopefully they turn away from us. Go ahead, charge that cavalry unit. Get our cavalry over... I'm sorry. We need to attack this unit over here. Cavalry is group 8 in this siege. Okay, fantastic. This is just a swords unit with no bonus versus cavalry, so could technically just charge into it. Meanwhile, these units can move into the settlement as well. Pike units can finally get into the fight. Go ahead and charge with our Cappadocian Lancers. Get the other Cappadocian Lancers over here. Archers, archers, archers. Wonderful. Elephants are doing great. And I'm not happy with this numbering, so I'm going to change that actually. 0. Elephants can be number 3 and cavalry can be number 4. I usually like for them to be. So elephants can go ahead, keep charging into those units. Get rid of these spearmen. No idea where are they. The pathfinding is a little bit messed up. We can send our elephants over there. Now we can just fast forward it because it's pretty much done and dusted. Everyone is kind of engaged. These two will be our cavalry units. Let's move them over here. Meanwhile, our elephants are nearly upon the enemy cavalry, which means they should lose decisively soon. So, quite a good battle this. And there we go, they're gonna lose decisively, which means we can just simply move our elephants as well. Wonderful, come in here and start charging against all of these units. Our archers, however, can somehow come over here, and I'm gonna toggle on the fire at will. And try to spread them as much as we can. Not gonna be easy.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
And over here the elephants keep charging. Ooh man, they absolutely smashed that archer unit. And with that, it seems like we have won the battle. Elephants, of course, racking up the most kills. Our Scythian archers actually did quite well. Let's get back into the campaign. Only 146 losses, decisive victory. Hello, Antonio Espinosa. Glad to have you with us. Welcome to the stream. We have just conquered Pergamon, so that is fantastic. We now have the province of Asia, and now we can begin speccing Asia to that S-tier economic province that it is so famous for. Ooh, a kick in the nuts. Let's go ahead and peacefully occupy the settlement. We have increased in Imperium level as well. And this is what I like to see for... Wait, why can't I upgrade this? Is it too expensive? I required slaves, and slaves of course comes from all the way up here. And these guys, they will not trade with me.
You have many pleasant.
So I do need that slave resource. Meanwhile, what I could do is I could just bite the bullet and start demolishing some buildings. I don't need to demolish this building because it's not exposed. And as you can see, we are already making quite a bit of money over here in Asia, and we're going to go ahead and select the commercial stimulation edict. As you can see, Asia is already 9,580, and once we get our public order up to its maximum level, as well as we spec the province, Asia is going to be insanely powerful. Speaking of which, we need to readjust our armies. Let's go ahead and do that. Well, this guy has a lot of mercenaries. I want to move him back into Ankara, where he can start recruiting up our second legion. Quick look over here if we can hire any of those mercenary Mistophoroi, Scythioi, Lankioporoi or Lonkoporoi. It seems we can't. Get the extra research rate. And maybe, just maybe, get the public order as well. Wonderful. Can go ahead in the turn and quickly read the chat once again. Los Doce Reyes. Now the cash will flow like rivers. Man, it will flow like the ocean, my friend. You are about to witness why I consider Asia to be so powerful. And we have a few good battles ahead of us, actually, considering that the Solani have a couple of Roman legions over here. However, they have managed to convert the culture of Macedonia. And perhaps even Asia. Oh, sorry, Hellas. We did manage to grab Asia just in the nick of time before we could convert it into Latin culture. So that is good for us, I guess. However, you know, even if we have to conquer, you know, Sparta and Athens and all of these places, and if they are going to be Latin culture, I'm not going to sack them because they are Hellenic lands. Don't want to kill any Greeks for the role-playing purpose. But of course, if you want to play optimized, better off to sack or loot those settlements. And it seems like Armenia has actually conquered Palmyra, so the Seleucids are actually on the verge of being wiped out. We have received a lot of money thanks to our missions being complete, so that's great. Meanwhile, I can have a quick look at our current mission. Hold at least Hellas and Macedonia, which is typically what we want to do. However, before we go ahead and hop into this turn, let us quickly level up our general, get all the skills that we need. Okay, fantastic. I mean, again, I have to kind of get that missile skill. There's no option over there. Move back a Legio to Bosphorus, back towards, or Legio B, Bosphorus. And we can go ahead and recruit some units, but I don't want to recruit them from here. But what I want to do is I want to move. We do have access to one extra unit, so I want to move this guy back over here, and we could get one extra pike unit. I think that would be ideal. Let's get one extra pike unit. Let's get rid of this cavalry unit and get another Cappadocian Lancer. The Cappadocian Lancer, if any of you have seen my Spartan Army Guide video, actually has a hidden buff. And that is actually its mount entry is quite heavy. So it actually makes sense to get the Cappadocian Lancers because they are extremely powerful. Meanwhile, over here, we can go ahead. We are taxing the province, I believe. And it's not making that much. As you can see, it's already making quite low in comparison to, of course, Asia. Oh, we can upgrade that temple just for that extra public order. And over here, we're going to get the Shrine of Athena for that extra research rate. Meanwhile, we are still in winter. Check, and still we can't get that cavalry unit. They're actually pretty sad. Meanwhile, what do we have here? This guy, Atlos, he is an admiral. Okay, he's an admiral in charge of Rhodos. So I don't really care. I do need a... Okay, let's go ahead and actually engage in some politics because we are quite ignoring it in this campaign. So let's improve the skill of our female characters. Meanwhile, Mithridates over here can level up, and I don't think there's actually a point to educating any characters. However, there's only one character, so let's go ahead and educate her. It's not a big deal. And yeah, pretty much nothing else to do for this turn. And Mew, assuming your Bithynia province is a farm province, its cattle is better than farm. No, so it's not a farm province. It's just that cattle pens or herding grounds are actually better than farms when it comes to economy. So these are kind of like hybrid buildings that I spam in the early game. Because let's open it up actually. So in the early game you can access level 3 cattle pens and you can access level 3 irrigation ditches. While the irrigation ditches actually gives you 9 food, it only gives you 150 wealth from farming agriculture. However, the cattle pen gives you 7 food and 500 wealth. So yeah, it's just a -2 of food, but just look at that wealth. It's more than double of what you're getting. It's actually more than triple of what you're getting from the irrigation ditches. So in the early game where you don't really have the luxury of specializing your provinces, then you would want to stack up the cattle pens. And as you can see in Bithynia Pontus, it's actually showing that it's a very hybrid type of a province. I have a recruitment in the form of this barracks over here. And over here, as you can see, I am getting a trading port, which gives me the maximum wealth. Because, of course, this fishmonger gives me 10 food, but only 150 wealth from farming. Whereas the trading port gives me 360 plus 180. And 180 is 30 more than that. So we're getting 390 wealth more just by getting the trading port. Meanwhile, the docks gives 210 from manufacturing industry. So definitely, as you can see, it's a very hybrid type of a province, but sooner or later we will specialize. If you're looking for a food province, have a look at Bosphorus. Bosphorus is actually a food province, which is why I haven't leveled up any of the main settlement buildings, because they consume food instead. And of course, I could level up these buildings, but my public order is not where I want it to be. So I'm actually going to wait until I can build maybe just another temple, and then I can go ahead and just upgrade this. But very quickly, if you want to check how much food your province is making, just go to your politics, select the send emissary, and over here you can see just how much food your provinces are making. As you can see, Bosphorus is making 28 food as opposed to Bithynia and Pontus, and that number will only keep going up as we progress through the campaign. However, Kostub Lunavat, hello Summary, hoping you are doing well. I wanted to ask if you ever thought of playing Mountain Blade Bannerlords. Honestly, I don't have time for that. I mean, I would love to try out some new games, but I'm just so dedicated to Liberating Impera as a fellow modder of Liberating Impera. Let's go ahead and end the turn. And of course, I have a lot to do modding wise, and while I mod, I like to play the game as well, because it's giving me a chance to appreciate my own work, Do you have a expansion limiter mod enabled for this campaign? No. Expansion limiter mod, which is the Roman realistic expansion submod, is actually good when you're playing as Rome. When you're playing as the as any other faction, I wouldn't recommend getting it. And also, that mod wouldn't really even affect this campaign, because this campaign is not the Grand Campaign. That mod is for the Grand Campaign only. Okay, I'm gonna actually create a poll right now. So let's go ahead and start a poll. And the poll is gonna be, where should I invade next? And the options are gonna be Hellas or Thracia. And we're going to add another option, both. One army each. So let's go ahead. Poll is up. And you guys can... Oh, there's a high chance of civil war. Wow, I didn't notice that. Why is that exactly? Thirst for power, pacifist. Okay, we have war with 2 factions. And what are these 2 factions actually? We have war with Parthia. Okay, that's understandable. Alright, let's have a quick look over here. Why? What are the other reasons? Other factors? We could secure loyalty, but what we can do, which is even better, is actually improve the public order of Asia. And by improving the public order of Asia, we can, you know, further improve our economy as well. So let's actually focus on doing that. Meanwhile, we have a governor over here, Pergamon 1 Pergamon. We can go ahead and disband him and recruit him in the next turn in Pergamon itself. And now the reason why you want these governor generals is because they can get this buff, which gives you extra tax rate. And if I mouse over the income, you can see the province wealth is actually 5,785, and what actually affects it is your tax level, your slaves, and your empire maintenance. And pretty much right now it's almost at 100%, so it's almost doubling my province wealth, and therefore my income is almost double. However, if you can min-max these 2 numbers up here, and you can absolutely reduce the empire maintenance down to 0 by the late game, you can see some insane amount of economy over here. So that's why I recommend getting that slave trade going. Go ahead, upgrade that settlement. Meanwhile, I believe our army over here can make its way back. Gupta, hello, sorry I'm late. No man, I'm absolutely glad you could make it. And Panos, glad to have you here. For Pontus, exactly, for the Hellenes, my friend. My Hellenic friend. Calimera. Or Calispera, actually. Because it's... Anyways, I'm gonna sit over here in Nicomedia till you guys actually do the vote. And once the voting has been done, we can go ahead and let's have a quick look. Okay, it seems like we have 11 votes and 1 in each direction. So let's go ahead and quickly recruit up our armies. And it seems like over here, I'm never going to get that cavalry unit. So I might as well just move back. And it's going to be faster if I disband. I might as well just move back. Have a quick look at... Okay, so it has 7,000 Katoikoi over here. Amasea has 9,600. And Trapezos has... Alright, so that's great, I guess. We can just get the guy in Sinop, because Sinop has... No, Amasea, because Amasea has 9,600 and a lot of Eugenis. And over here, we're going to go ahead and recruit the Cappadocian Lancers. Go ahead, upgrade them. How many Katakoi we have here? 8,000, which is not too bad. Not too shabby. Let's go ahead and get some of our units. We have 2 archers. A couple of these guys, actually. A couple of these guys. 1, 2... Okay. We don't have enough money to recruit the rest. Actually, let's not overspend over here. And see if we can get any agents. We can. We will need a cultural conversion guy. Wonderful to culturally convert the province of Thracia. With that, it seems like our politic is under control. So let's go ahead and end the turn. Quick look at the chat. Samarth, yo, summary 2023. You should have slave trade going. Yes, I'm absolutely going for the slave trade. I am, you know, obviously I am joking, but yes, when it comes to Rome to Total War, I am totally in favor of slavery. Sven, I'm in college class right now and watching a stream. Yeah, bro, man. You know, I want to be the responsible guy and tell you to focus on your studies, but, you know, I have, you know, absolutely not done that when I was in college myself, and pretty much you use only 10% of what you learn in college in real life. I think our education system, I don't know how it is in, I'm guessing you're Swedish. I don't know how it is in Sweden or Scandinavia, but pretty much in India or the most of the world, it's not that good. They don't actually teach you to, they don't teach you what's important in life, I would say so. More of just, it's more of just training people to be, you know, to work for, you know, other people rather than self-serving. I think education should be self-serving, and the most important thing you're ever going to learn from education is something you already know, and that's how to read and write. Because once you know how to do that, you can pretty much educate yourself with any material, and I highly recommend for people to do that. Let's go ahead and get that extra tax rate modifier over here. As you can see, Hellas is slowly improving. Meanwhile, we can get our other character. I don't remember which guy it was. I think Mithridates was not. So let's go ahead and get Pergamon over here. Wonderful. And now we can see that just getting him over there has improved the taxation by 1000. So that's just how powerful it is to get a guy who's a governor general. Hi everyone, Paulin Margariti. I like Illyrian in this game. You know that Margariti actually reminds me of the movie Inglourious Basterds. If you guys have ever watched that movie. Quite a fun movie actually. And absolutely a phenomenal acting by, you know, Tarantino, I guess that's what his name is, or I don't know his name. He acts as a kind of like a... I don't know if this is not appropriate to say, but he kind of acts like an SS commander. Anyways, let's move our characters further inland so that we can get some line of sight of what's going on. Meanwhile, we can deploy our dignitary over here in order to convert the province. And we really need a fleet of sorts soon enough, or sooner and later. Meanwhile, nothing much else to do in this turn. By the looks of it, just a quick look at our politics, and once again nothing much to do here. How much does Armenia actually like us? And if they do like us quite a fair bit, we could engage in some diplomacy with them, probably snatch a few provinces away from them since they're not really allied to us anymore. Oh, and I absolutely forgot, we can actually secure our rear by attacking these guys over here. So that's what we should be actually focused on. Let's go ahead and actually move Mithridates towards Iconian. Meanwhile, it will take a couple of turns for me to get my armies towards Iconian. And what exactly am I missing? So I do want to get at least one more pikeman, so that's good. I will get 3 pikemen in this turn, and of course I need 1 spearman, 1 extra thorax spearman. And once I get that, I will get it. Oli, what's up man? Glad to catch you live. Glad to have you with us. And that's great. I'm from Albania. Oh, okay, Margariti, that's interesting. Albania, the Illyrians. I actually had a... So are you like Albanian or are you like Greek Albanian? Because I do believe they're like 2 Albanian like kind of ethnicities, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know much about Albania. All I know about Albania is the famous General Skanderbeg because of Europa Universalis 4. And man, have I spent countless of hours in that game. Oh my god, Salah. Wonder who is the general we have over here, and it doesn't seem like any of the unique generals. Perhaps all the unique generals are dead. Maybe we can check by just opening up diplomacy and seeing if Salah is still in charge of the faction. Okay, just waiting for the turn to get over before we go ahead and attack Iconian. Maybe we don't have to completely recruit up the second army, because we will have the numerical advantage against the Iconians. And there's something you can absolutely do to kind of cheese the game. And, okay. Let's go ahead and declare war on these guys. Wait, we have a treaty with them. I'm guessing it's just a trade agreement, so let's go ahead and break that trade agreement. Since we are breaking that trade agreement, we might as well break it with the Lycians over there. And now attack. It's gonna put us at trustworthy. Okay. And we attack this guy. He's gonna retreat. No, he won't. 100%. I like that. Go ahead and attack that. Samarth Mishra. I remember Salah from Unbiased History. I haven't seen that. Is it good? I hope it's good. I'm gonna enslave this guy. I don't really care. And I think he might be within reach of this settlement. Could attack over here. And pretty happy with the auto-resolve. I don't think we should lose any units. Taken significant amount of casualties, but it is a Hellenic province. We can just peacefully occupy the settlement. This unit is still alive, so let's go ahead, attack him. Wonderful. And now we do run a risk of this army coming up and trying to meet us. What we are going to try to do is... okay, we're going to move our army behind over there. Meanwhile, over here, we can disband this building, get this up here. Finally, upgrade the settlement over here as well. Upgrade these settlements. I have quite a bit of money, so I guess it's time to see. I really want to get this, but it's so much to research that. However, this will take a lot less, so let's actually go down this tree. No, I can already upgrade the temples, the library, so I don't need this really. I can just go down this path. That's a lot better. Meanwhile, let's just have a quick look at our provinces, get that more research rate for sure. We want to get that research rate, get the slave trader. Angry bacteria, what is your faction relations to the Kartli? The army walking around in the northeast makes me nervous. Well, it's not great, it's not bad, it's not good. It's like, it's neutral. As far as I know, I think they're walking up north because they are actually at war with the Royal Scythians. However, Legio II Bosphorus has leveled up. Go ahead, get that army upkeep, which is so powerful. Extra replenishment rate. Do we have an extra replenishment rate over here? No, we don't. What we do have is extra. The commander's unit is not that powerful. Shots per minute, again, it's not that powerful. I used to take that before, however, now since I only have 2 per the army, so it doesn't make sense. Meanwhile, a quick look at the skills that I've gotten here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's go ahead and get that. Get here, here. And we need the archers. Because I think the archers actually unlock the chariots. Okay, so we might actually get a siege workshop over here so that we can get some chariots as well. And maybe we can diversify our army a little bit. However, we do have a little bit of extra money lying around. So I wonder, are we building anything? Right, what do we need to complete this army? We need 1 extra pike, 1 extra thorax, 1 extra, so that's 3, that's 19. And we're way off actually, and I didn't realize that because we actually have a lot of Scythian archers over here. Let's actually just start to recruit our units in the next turn. Alright, back to the chat. Do I detect an Indian accent? Yes, you do. I am Indian. So I will have an Indian accent. Sergeant Meme Swaraj, welcome to the live stream. Glad to have you with us. Angry bacteria horde. Nothing will stop Kartli from marching. Every pop they have to fight these horse boys. Pretty based. The Albanian was called Illyria in antiquity. Yes, yes they were. Alright, absolutely loving the fact that Salah is actually, you know, defending you know, the mainland of Greece. So it's not going to be easy to take Greece. Taking Asia was the easy part. However, taking Greece will not be easy. And speaking of not going to be easy, we're going to have to see what Lydia ends up doing over here. Lycia, sorry. And they have chosen to stay put, which is good for us. And very quickly, I'm going to have a look at... We can't really build an immigration center, so let's see if we can build a workshop. And if we build a second level, then we can get access to some chariot units. And meanwhile, can we get some more Cappadocian Lancers? We cannot. So let's instead just have a quick look at the population over here. Okay, it has taken a severe depletion. For some reason I can already... Oh, okay. So I have kind of got these guys up here, so we can already begin getting these Galatian swordsmen. So let's go ahead and get a couple of them. Meanwhile, what we can do over here is we can disband these Galatian swordsmen. That should give us a bit more second class population. We can replace them with these chaps over here. This is not too bad. In fact, they even have better melee attack skill and of course better weapon damage. Their armor is slightly lower and they have no ammunition, unfortunately, but definitely a better unit in my opinion, my humble opinion. Since we have gone ahead and done that, we can actually go ahead and recruit maybe a couple of... What did I need to... I needed to get a thorax spearman. So let's go ahead and get that thorax spearman. Got a bit late today. Hope things are going well. Things are actually going quite well. I absolutely like the campaign so far. What we are going to do over here, we're going to march south. And the reason being is we actually want to hire the elephants and don't have the money to do so, but we are going to get that money somehow by doing more important things, because I do want to prioritize getting those elephants and I don't really need to upgrade this just yet. And oh man, I need 4,000. Okay, so this is one of another reasons why politics is important, because if you have enough cunning, you can actually send any of your characters to actually embezzle funds. So you can do one of these activities over here, or one of these actions over here, political intrigues over here, and gain some money. Speaking of money, factions are quite disloyal. Go ahead, keep improving the public order in Asia. Wonderful. And should actually improve over here. Ooh, dilemmas. We don't need to upgrade this anymore, so we can get yet another elephant unit. Wonderful. And with that, I think we have maxed out on our elephant units. Focus the rest of the money on improving the province over here. And very quickly have a look of whether we can upgrade any of our characters. We can't. Okay, so with that, we can go ahead end the turn. We have one extra Cappadocian Lancer. What we are missing, we will have 20. We'll remove 1, 2, 3, 4 units. 2 elephants will fill that up. Plus 1 Cappadocian Lancer. So we are missing 1 unit type, and I wonder what that is, but we will figure it out as we go along. And I guess that's an extra pikeman actually, so... it will take us 2 turns anyways to recruit it, so let's just go ahead and end the turn. Alright, quick look at the chat. Hello gentlemen, hello Sigurd of Russia. And welcome to the live stream. Only I'm playing as Rhodos at the moment and it's a bit tough. Yeah, Rhodos is actually pretty not that good as a faction, honestly. It's actually one of the weaker factions, and what I would recommend as Rhodos is actually have a look at my Spartan guide. And what I would recommend is to actually depend a lot on mercenary pikemen. And, you know, supplement all the melee troops and all these other troops with the mercenary and AOR section of my Spartan army guide. So that will more than complement your Rhodian army. One of the good things about Rhodos is that you can play increasingly very colonial style playthrough. So with that colonial style playthrough, you can get a really diverse army. Samarth Mishra, I wish they make a Total War game on India, imagining Mewar holding a defense of Chittor. Oh man, that would be so... Oh, Chittor, man. Oh, sometimes I'm Indian, sometimes I'm whitewashed, I guess. I'm sorry, it's just nothing racist of the comment, but it's just like... it's just a comment. I mean, I don't have to... you have to be so careful these days, man. People get so offended with just the slightest of things. But yeah, Chittor, definitely. Chittor is great. And this is good news over here, so we can improve the settlement further. Quick look at the economy in Asia, and as you can see, slowly ticking up, slowly and steadily ticking up. So we are going to make an insane amount of money in Asia quite soon. Meanwhile, over here, okay, we are almost at the max. What we need to recruit is maybe an extra pikeman. What I don't want to do is actually get that extra pikeman. I'm pretty happy with actually transferring over one of the pikemen over here, because I actually want to get chariot unit in the army as well. Because why not? Right? Why not? Let's go back and start upgrading over here. So I don't need a pikeman. And it will take me maybe a couple of turns. So for now, let's actually go ahead and get that pikeman. Because, you know, unfortunately, we won't be able to do much without him. And we can go ahead, end the turn once again. And Oli. Alright, I will take a look. I kind of turtled for the first 40 turns before attacking someone that wasn't allied to a big faction. Rome, and also randomly declared war upon me, despite good relationships. Managed to take Nicomedia, and so we'll have some AOR troops now. My recommendation is actually, you know, the Seleucids are weak. As Rhodos, I mean, I haven't really played them, so I can't really suggest. But as Rhodos, what I would recommend is kind of play one faction against the other. So kind of use the Egyptians to declare war against Lydia, okay? So that you don't call the Seleucids into that war. And then kind of use the Seleucids to declare war against the Egyptians. You're kind of playing one against the other. So eventually you will kind of create a balance in the Levant. And Egypt won't like pretty much annihilate the Seleucids is what I've noticed as far as the AI Seleucids are concerned. And meanwhile, you will get easy expansion roads. I mean, you can easily take Side, which is for the most part undefended. You can take Cyprus as well, Salamis. And of course, Lydia shouldn't be much of a challenge either. So go ahead, transfer all the troops we need, and you can get 4 units. With that, we did some perfect math. And we can march this army back towards... over here. Just quickly focus on upgrading settlements. And whoa, what's going on over here? I don't like that. This is a general. Another general.
At your command.
That's not good.
By sea or by mountain, sire?
What is our garrison looking like over here? 400 Pontic Spearmen. The thing is, I can't really see this units, and I don't know if it's a pikeman. If it's a pikeman, we're gonna have some difficulty. However, if it's not pikeman, then we should be quite fine. Alright, let's go ahead and just declare the war. We're gonna be a bit reckless over here. Go ahead, declare the war. Hopefully they will wipe out because they are not a faction leader. And I hope they stay that way. But there is a chance that they could be promoted to a faction leader. Can go ahead and quickly auto-resolve this one. Peacefully occupy once again. And they have now become Basileus. But thankfully they will take a couple of turns to actually... and you know, I could actually deny them some units, and I would like to deny them the pikemen. And see, what other units can I deny from them? Could deny them the Jav Cav. No. Actually deny the cheap units. And we don't really need to maintain these. Boom. So they won't be able to just hire a crazy merc stack. And sometimes you have to do things like that just to kind of survive in the game. Let's go ahead and get some army traditions, quickly end the turn, and have a quick look at the chat. Okay, thanks for the advice. You're most welcome, Oli. Samat Mishra, I'm currently busy with EU4 Vijayanagar campaign with the expanded mod, family mods, trying to go for a colonial game. Will start an Averni campaign after that. Man, I totally love playing as the Vijayanagar, man. They are just such a fantastic faction to play as in EU4, man. Just the fact that you are surrounded by sultanates to your north, Islamic sultanates to your north, and you're pretty much the last standing respectable sized Hindu kingdom in the southern tip of India. You pretty much have to kind of do a reconquista of you know, the northern halves of India. So it's actually quite nice. Fantastic campaign. And yeah, I absolutely love what I love to do as the Vijayanagar is create a colonial empire and conquer Britain. Conquer Britain. It's a bit of cope. I kind of not entirely against the British Empire or for it, in fact. Food shortage. Is it because of some banditry or something? I don't know why we have a food shortage. Maybe it's because our buildings have kind of leveled up. However, the good thing is we can now upgrade all of our food buildings because we have temples that will keep the public order in check. Meanwhile, over here, what's happening? Oh, don't tell me. I already have. Yeah, I don't need this then. No, wait, actually, it's better to just dismantle this building because I can build a temple over there. Meanwhile, you... As you can see, he did manage to hire a couple of mercs. What we are going to do is we're going to keep chasing you. You don't retreat. This Samans of Britain. Go ahead and slave these guys. They're gonna retreat and we can chase them and end up the faction. Let's go ahead. Easy auto-resolve. And with that, we are firmly in control of Asia and no one can surround us for now. So that is great. And we are enslaving a lot of people as we can. We're going to enslave Greek armies, Greek dissidents. And the reason being is we want to improve our slave modifier as much as we can. However, with that, let's go ahead and select the next army traditions. And yes, they have actually updated the army traditions. So, morale. Okay, we want to get that. And we want to get that. Okay, so let's go ahead. I don't quite remember the army traditions. Quite tough to remember, actually. It's kind of unfortunate that you have to, you know, kind of see it through other sources. However, so that's the only thing you can do, unfortunately. Meanwhile, we can move this army back up north. Quickly get some abilities for him. Okay, fantastic. Quick look at all of our characters. They are looking quite good. Can upgrade over here. Wonderful. And now I'm gonna close the poll and ended the poll, and it seems that all of you want me to attack in multiple directions, so it's gonna be a lot harder to pull off, really. You guys really like to watch me suffer, I guess. And let's go ahead and end the turn. Quick look at politics. Minus 14. There's nothing we can do. Maybe we can secure some loyalty. However, that's going to be a little bit tough to do so. Let's go ahead and secure that loyalty. Can't really level up any guy or promote any person, so the loyalty is going to pretty much suck for a bit. Let's go ahead and end the turn. Quick look at the chat. Lol, hiring all the mercs and disbanding them is genius. Absolutely, man. Kind of prevents the AI from doing that because they usually end up doing that. And wow, if I actually had a fleet, I would have destroyed 2 of Sulla's legions right there. And oh, there is a general, and by the looks of it, there is Pompey Magnus, Pompey the Great, the guy who I believe eventually actually defeated us. Anyone has any advice for the Iceni? Wow, man, the Iceni, fantastic faction. I love them. Chariots, man. The not the light chariots, the heavy chariots. They're so amazing. 60 of them per unit. And heavy chariots. They will absolutely shred any army. Any army. I've never even played as any barbarian faction on Rome 2. As the barbarian faction, yeah, man, economy is a little bit tough, but thankfully I have learned how to handle the economy as a barbarian faction. And I will be creating economic guides soon, but the idea is to actually finish a Roman campaign, or actually get quite late into the Roman campaign so that I can actually display an economic guide. Because in the early game, it's difficult to show off an economic guide because, of course, have a look at the public order. We are at max public order, so we can go ahead and actually improve. Anything that improves public order is good. Meanwhile, over here, we can get some replenishment rate. Improve that. Wonderful. Champion has also leveled up, so let's go ahead and get some skills for him. Okay, fantastic. Pergamon over here has also leveled up. And go ahead, get that commercial wealth. It improves your industrial wealth. So now if you take a look at Asia, we are at 14,598 per turn. So that's pretty significant. Meanwhile, we are going to march up north over here. Eventually take out the Thracians. It's going to be tough with a single army, really. However, we do have a spy over here. Let's quickly move him deeper into Roman territory and steal some food. We're still suffering a bit on food. And maybe it's because we have our taxes turned on in certain provinces like Syria. So let's turn off the taxes over there. Yes, that's the problem. Bithynia at Pontus seems to be... We should keep the taxes on for now. The Bosphorus, definitely keep it. Galatia at Cappadocia, turn off the taxes. There we go. So now our food is a lot better. Economy is slightly low, but I don't really care. Repurpose this for the maximum growth rate. Go ahead, get this over here. And very soon, in about 6 turns, we should be able to get chariots, and we will get chariots for our second army, Legio Free Asia, which I should name to Legios Free Asia, because that is the Hellenic way of things. Okay, let's go ahead, end the turn, and have a quick look at the chat once again. Frank Xiang. Who is winning the Roman civil war right now? Usually in my experience it is Sulla, and I think it is Sulla, so I will have a look at that at the next turn so that we can see which faction is winning the Roman civil war. But usually in my experience it's Sulla, and historically Sulla wins the civil war. Let's hope Sulla doesn't come out of the tree with 4 stacks, man. And let's hope he does, so that we have amazing battles ahead of us. And that we actually win against the Romans. I mean, historically, Pontus actually had a numerical advantage. But the Roman army was just so effective and they managed to win. Alright, okay, still waiting. The end turns are getting a bit longer as we progress through this campaign, and that is understandable. But that's pretty much... It's still much better than the Grand Campaign, really. When the trees speak Latin. Lol. Okay. So I think it is time to start recruiting up a third army. Let's see over here, Anthea. 13. 16. Ooh, should we actually take this fight? Okay, I'm actually going to put that up for a vote. Meanwhile, we can actually
Honored to serve you.
get an admiral somewhere over here. See if we have any characters. Port nobles, agricultural replenishment. It's not bad. Can get him as an admiral. Hello, my friend. You are going to be admiral.
By sea,
You are going to be
mountain,
Notice a Pontus. Pontus. There we go.
it is
Go
an
ahead
honor
and for
to
now
serve
just give you this
recruiting
unit
ships.
over here. What the hell are these? Ew. Pontic fleet. Doesn't look all that good. Okay, this unit is quite good. 16,000 Hexeris. Okay. And for now, what we can build? Nothing great. So we have to upgrade this. But it's not a top priority for now. For now, we can just improve our industrial buildings. Just keep stacking up these industrial buildings. And you really have two choices. It's either this or this. Now, this gives more wealth, 950 wealth from manufacturing, but it gives 15 wealth from industry, which pretty much affects all of your industrial, buildings. So technically all of the industrial buildings. But the other one, while it gives less wealth, like 600 instead of 950, it does give you extra wealth from slaves generated. So you definitely want to stack as many of this as possible. And if you have some free slots, then you can build this one. Hey, it seems like we are done once again for this turn. And yeah, I'm going to create a poll. Should we... Okay, start a poll. Should we attack Thracia without Legion Sea, Asia, or wait? It's the community. Okay, you guys decide if you want me to absolutely suffer. Alright, with that being said and done, I think we can end the turn. Let's go ahead and end the turn. Rhodian Marines are actually pretty good. Was using them to support my crappy hoplites. Rhodian Marines, are they part of your land-based roster or are they actually naval units? Samath Mishra, I sometimes like to park a Mauryan stack in a fortified position within city reinforcement range. Their AI usually attacks, then one chariot and two armored. Oh yeah, that is actually a very good idea. Maybe I should try that. Depends on how the voting actually turns out. Yes, man, you guys do hate me. Absolutely, man. I tend to be a little bit more of a cautious player, but definitely you guys want to see some recklessness, so recklessness it is. Recklessness it is. Okay, so here we are in the next turn. It's still autumn. And oh my god, what is going on here? Seems like the game actually likes me. What the hell happened? Oh my god, I think they attacked them, and because because of the modifier for factions that are not the main faction so that they don't expand, they actually ended up losing their entire armies. So none of the armies here are there, so that means we can go ahead and actually declare war, and we will be condemned for it. But it's only a trade agreement, so we can break that. And now if we attack, we won't get condemned. However, we will get a reliability rating hit, and it's only trustworthy, and that's quite easy to gain back. However, we are going to quick save over here and hop into the battle because the province is not of our culture, so we don't want to take too many losses. Two armies and a garrison vanished thanks to it. Yeah, man, absolutely. God bless. Indeed, man. So it seems like rigged. Absolutely, man. Absolutely rigged. Oh, get wrecked. I think cool weather is better for this battle. So let's go ahead and get that. Select that cool weather. Quickly hide the tooltip. Quickly set up our armies. Actually get that cavalry out. Now that we have elephants, we want our elephants to be in position. Okay. 9 and 10. And you know what I'm actually going to do? I'm actually going to use our Galatian swordsmen. Meanwhile, use these guys behind them. And pikemen behind. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, sorry. Gives them that perfect historical formation. Meanwhile, these guys can go into defensive formation, control down so that they get out. And now they will be close together like a hoplite phalanx rather. And since it is actually a siege or whatever city battle, let's actually group up all our cavalry and all of our elephants in one unit. Meanwhile, get our Scythian boys out there in the front. They are going to kind of form up over here. And the idea is I'm actually going to use my foreign population class to deal with the enemy as much as possible so that I preserve my units. Let's go ahead and just fast forward over here. So I want to preserve my core units. And we can get a couple of these Cappadocian Lancers, put them in group 5, go over there. Elephants are also foreign population class, so that's good. Get our Galatians into there. Scythians can meanwhile come over here. And what we want to do with our Scythians this time is we actually want to focus on all the spear units, because if we get rid of their spear units, then it's pretty much game over. Quick look over here. This guy is a light spear unit. What is the bonus versus elephants? 13 plus 7, that's 20. That's not too good, so we could technically just charge in there. Meanwhile, this unit I'm guessing has a better... Ooh, bonus versus elephants at 34. Wow, we gotta be careful of that. That's crazy, man. That might be a Rompai warrior. 10. What are we looking at? Jeez, they have a lot. They're actually a skirmisher unit by the looks of it. But yeah, we gotta be extremely careful over here. You know what? Actually get rid of that general unit so that my elephants can finally charge. Meanwhile, we can get a Cappadocian Lancers in there. Move them a little bit closer before we go ahead and charge with them. Get our Galatians into the fray, start attacking the enemy unit. Go ahead, hit this general, toggle on the guard mode. Cavalry is in position, hold down the control, narrow down their formation so that they don't collide with each other on the charge. Meanwhile, we can get these units, they are population 3, so they should be easier to deal with. And for some reason our Scythians are not doing all that great. Charge seems to be a little bit weird. Let's go ahead, charge over here. Meanwhile, you guys can charge here, you can charge here. You can charge the backs of this unit. And I should actually get my Scythian archers all the way over here instead. Fantastic. His Cappadocian Lancer will do quite a significant amount of damage to this unit. Just swap around the units so that we can get yet another charge off. Exchange offer right here. And once we manage to secure this part, our archers can come here, which is actually quite good. So get all of this cavalry over here. Meanwhile, our elephants still kind of hitting the enemy general, starting to take some losses. That's great. Meanwhile, we can move these units over here on the side so they can throw their pila. Oof, that unit is losing decisively. Our Galatian swordsmen are starting to take some severe casualties. There's no time to be passive right now. We're gonna have to charge quickly and get our cavalry to hit these archer units. They are causing some significant damage actually to our Galatian swordsmen. Quickly get our general up ahead. Get our archers also quickly up ahead. Come on. General, hurry up. We managed to get these guys out. That's great. Meanwhile, the archers start shooting over here. General, are you close yet? Gotta keep moving this elephant unit or it's going to get absolutely annihilated by that unit that has a plus 30 buff, which is crazy. Okay. Inspire. Elephants, go ahead, charge into the backs over here. Cavalry, charge into that unit, light melee unit. Nice. Big damage over here, archers can stop. And with that, we have won the battle. Nice, nice. Elephants just charging. And I think it's pretty good battle because we hardly lost any of our, citizen troops. We have lost only our AOR units, which come from the foreign population class. So should be able to replenish and push our offensive and conquer Odessos as well in the next turn. So that is a spot of luck actually. And you see, even though you guys do not like me, I think God likes me. Oh my god. At least the god of Divide et Impera. RNG. Wonderful, and Mithridates has now pushed into Anthea. But we have to watch out, of course, for those two armies in the distance over there. Can go ahead, loot the settlement. Get some slaves. Turn off the taxation over here, we don't need it for now. Dismantle this building, repair this building. Convert Thracia into a military recruitment province actually. Meanwhile, we want to improve as many of our libraries as we can so that we get the extra research rate, and research rate is actually super important. Have a quick look at all of our provinces. These provinces seem to be fine for now. I'm happy with this as well. Can improve to get even more research rate over here. Upgrade it a bit so that we get a bit more garrison. And we want to get that temple to improve the public order over there. Quick look at our... Okay. Fantastic. And I think our fleet over here should have done a recruiting supply ship, which means our other army can move towards Hirapetna. Okay, that's good. I'm happy with that. Meanwhile, these guys might trade with us. No, they will not. And we have... Oh, here we go. This is where the army is. Both of them. Followers of Kyotis. Man. Absolutely denied a fantastic battle. Not gonna lie. But it is what it is, I guess. Can't really blame me for that. Meanwhile, one of our Governor General has leveled up, and that is always good news. Because you get more and more powerful with that. Let's go ahead and get this. That will improve our cavalry. Wealth from all commerce isn't all that great. We can get this. Okay, fantastic. Quickly have a look at our units. Our units are looking quite good, quite beefy really. Fantastic. We soon have to start dealing with recruiting yet another army eventually. That is the reason I no longer play vanilla. Barbarian voice lines are exactly the same as in Attila. Absolutely, man. Attila is just a reskin. Mew, gotta go. Thanks for the stream. We'll watch the rest of it later. Thank you, Mew. Thank you for being a part of the stream. Always happy to have you with us. Unit model for Pontic Thorax Pikeman is very cool. Pontic Thorax, yeah, absolutely. I like it. It's so unique. It would be nice if you could liberate and vassalize Athens, Sparta, and Macedon. Ooh, unfortunately, I don't think I am playing with the the subjugation or whatever, the all diplomatic option sub-mod, and I don't think it actually works in different campaigns. It only works in the grand campaign, so while I could be able to do that, it makes no sense to do that. Would be nice though, definitely. if I could. But who wants to? I mean, Pontus is considered to be, or considers himself to be the next Alexander, so definitely would be the guy who would be more ruthless in his conquest rather than a liberator of Greeks. I mean, he would use the title as liberator because he's liberating them from the Romans, but not from himself. And Hake has broken their trade agreement with us. Things are getting a bit concerning over here. So we definitely need one army in our homelands to deal with Thracia. While our economy, as you can see, Asia is now making 17, which is quite good. And can level up over here. Get some more food, which means we can finally turn off the taxation over here. But we will do so eventually. Meanwhile, Pulpodeva, you're at war with these guys. And I have dismantled this building, which means... Okay, let's go ahead. Upgrade this building for now. These guys have a full stack and they have another stack over there. So we're gonna have to stay put in this province, unfortunately, for a while. However, we can push towards Hirapetna. And our army has finally made it over there. We can move our fleet towards side, I think, for now, so that he can level up. Meanwhile, another one of our governor generals has leveled up. Keep getting those. And as you might recollect, we are now making 18,000 denarii per turn. Let's go ahead and end this turn. And we are soon approaching what would be the end of the stream, so... Let's just see, maybe I could play for half an hour more. But we shall see. Sulla has abandoned Pella. Oh, they're actually over here in the sea for some reason. We just need to stay put in Anthea just for a while so that we can kind of deal with the Thinni over here, the Thracian people, so that we kind of don't have to, you know, get or lose Odessos, or sorry, I guess Anthea, not Odessos. Samat Mishra, gotta go now. Got a Viva tomorrow and final test from the day after. We'll watch the rest later. Thank you for joining us on the live stream, Samat Mishra. It was great to have you with us, and you know, best of luck with your final test tomorrow, or the day after, rather. Yes. Yes, I did mention to one of the guys over here that I would show who is winning the civil war, and I forgot to do that, so my apologies. But as you can see, the Mariani actually have their capital in Carthago or Karth Hadasht, while the Solani seem to be doing quite well. And let's actually look at the balance of power. As you can see, the balance of power is heavier in favor of the Solani, so definitely I think the Solani are winning that civil war. Well, we could go ahead, attack Hirapetna, and I do believe it's going to be a wall settlement, so actually let's just build a tortoise, because we want to get our elephants into the city, and we're going to continue besieging the settlement.
By sea or by mountain, sire?
Okay, what is the garrison looking like over here? Not looking too fancy. So, quickly look at our characters. Any of them can level up. Some of them can level up. Let's get that empire maintenance, further improve. And things are looking good in this province. It's Hellenic, so I don't need this character here anymore. Meanwhile, even over here, things are Hellenic, so we could technically just push away from here. Let's actually do that, since we don't really need, and we're going to move our dignitaries into Macedonia, try to convert it back into Hellenic culture. Meanwhile, just have a quick look at the cultural conversion over here. It's pretty good. We should get Hellenic culture as a majority quite soon. And okay, can we level up any of these characters? And I don't know why we can't. However, we can ascend some of these characters to improve the public order, and we're going to improve the public order in Thracia. That will also improve the loyalty for the party towards us. That being said and done, I think we can go ahead and end the turn. Just a quick look over here. Everything seems to be fine. We are going to take a bit of attrition, unfortunately, but nothing we can't deal with. Hello there, Daniel, Lara, welcome to the stream. You know, glad to have you with us and glad you could join us. Hello there. Whenever someone says that, I think of Obi-Wan Kenobi from the prequel movies. Oof, oof, oof. Wow, is the AI actually doing the smart thing over here and trying to launch an amphibious invasion? And we have 4 legions. This is crazy. I should actually get a fleet now. I should actually focus on building up my fleet. Because if I don't, then very soon I could find myself completely overwhelmed by Roman legions. However, I don't really want to beat Roman legions with fleets, man. That's so cheesy. Marcus Aurelius. Oh, glad to have you with us. For every one of you who don't know, Marcus Aurelius is a fellow modder just like myself, and he is actually a really, really good modder. And glad to have you with us in the stream, Marcus Aurelius. He helped me make the realistic expansion, the realistic Roman Legion submod that I am using for my campaign or for my Let's Play Roma series. So I really owe a lot to him as well.
This is an honor indeed.
Okay, so over here we have... Oh my god, Jesus Christ. This guy is pretty close and he can reach us. Legio. Ionia. Oof. Can this fleet actually reach him? You know what? We could technically hire a general. Cultural conversion guy. That's actually a pretty good general to have. And public order from wrong culture decrease. So that's actually a pretty good general to have. And this is going to be Legion D, let's say Macedonia. And go ahead, get some pikemen. Definitely need those guys. This Carian mercenary spearmen, not that great actually. Sorry, get the pikemen. What we will need is some cavalry units for sure. Okay. And I think I'm happy with that. What we are going to do... Can this guy go even further? No, he will go for Ephesus most likely. So we need to get some ships that can ram. And poor... Weak ramming. Weak ramming. Weak ramming. All of them have weak ramming. And again, weak ramming. So let's actually go ahead and get the one with the maximum health. 3 ships. Okay. Fantastic. And with that, I think we are ready to kind of be over here. Now these guys, they could technically... Okay, these guys can't reach me. These guys can reach over here. However, I do believe they are at war with the Tolistobogi. No, they are not.
Come.
Let's see if I can join the war.
I warn you.
No, they will not allow me to join that war. And well, that is unfortunate. I would have very much liked to join the war in return for them joining the war against the guess I will have to wait a little bit, but that's fine because this army will attack over there. But for now, what we can do is we can attack Hirapetna because we have our tortoise ready. We're gonna quick save over here, hop into the battle, and we'll see you all in the battle. Alright, Marcus Aurelia. Very good modder is too much, I think. Nah, man, you're pretty good. You do stuff I can't do, so it's definitely, you know, a plus in my opinion, so. Once again, we have a mix of Hellenic units over here, so gonna have to see how that pans out. Fog, we're gonna wait. We don't want fog. Dry weather is pretty good. And I think they have slingers, not archers. Let's try it again. Maybe cool weather is better. Nope. It's a bit too cool. Yeah, we're gonna stick to dry because I can't afford to have like fog. Ah, and this settlement, yeah, this settlement, this thing is good because I could attack from this side and that does give me some more space. However, attacking from this side is quite good because again, we have this bend over here in the wall. So we can create a large enough breach through which we can get through. And over here, you actually have a hill, a nice hill for your archers. So definitely a good thing to use. Now, what we're going to do, okay, perfect. We have the Galatian mercenary spearmen, and for once the AI has actually selected the right unit. Quickly get our archers over here. Toggle on that guard mode. Cavalry, you're going to be group 3, general group 2. I don't really care about the formation as much because it is a siege battle, so your formation is going to pretty much get whacked. And okay, get the Galatian. Alright, swordsmen to support them. Put the swordsmen slightly in the middle. Pikemen can be behind these guys. These thorax pike can be here. Go ahead, start the battle quickly. Get these guys up ahead. And move our archers onto that hill. Okay, we'll fast forward until we get into position. Meanwhile, these guys can slowly march ahead. And I thought these guys were kind of like Roman legionaries or imitation legionaries, but I guess they're not. Very quickly move up over there. Meanwhile, our pikemen can also move up. We want a pikeman to kind of move over here. Might not look so neat for now. However, it is what it is. Let's get a pikeman up there real quick. Have a quick look at our archers. They're unleashing some hell on these units. And we want to get rid of the swords unit in a siege battle because they are definitely better at holding the rampart. So unfortunately, archers are not going to get too much damage. Now, swordsmen are in position, so they can go ahead, toggle on that melee mode, start burning down the gates. Pikemen are also getting into position. And whoa, this cavalry has decided to kind of sally out against me, so let's actually activate our pike phalanx and move our pikemen forward. Okay, meanwhile over here, this is good news. All the enemy units have moved away from our tortoise, which means elephants will get a clean charge into the settlement. Meanwhile, I don't know why our swordsmen have advanced so much, but we are going to pull them back. Quickly rearrange the pikemen. Meanwhile, our Scythian archers can hit that unit. Move our swordsmen behind, hurry up. And we have done over here, so that means we can charge into the settlement. Get these swordsmen onto the ramparts. Just quickly align them over here and here. Usually when there's a breach in the wall, they are going to go through that breach or try to go through that breach. That's the pathfinding problem with the AI. And just a quick look. They don't have any bonus against elephant units. Let's have a look at this beautiful charge. And elephants just plow through melee units. And although these units kind of Okay, fantastic. Let's actually move our elephant units towards that direction. Meanwhile, our cavalry can also charge. They are Cappadocian Lancers, so we can be a bit careless with them.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Get our Scythians into the settlement as well. Elephants can charge over here as well. Once again, get rid of all these units. Split up our elephants so that they charge different units, and this unit is going to rout because of that. Meanwhile, the Cappadocian Lancers are slowly making their way towards the city as well. Go ahead, hit. Get up, get up. Get up the ladder. Get up this ladder. Now that the ladders are clear, these guys will go up the ladder, so that's great. Our pikemen are in position. That's also great. Quickly get our elephants to continue their charge. And Cappadocian Lancers can charge at that cavalry unit over there. Meanwhile, we want our Scythians to finally reach this position over here. They will not have done a lot of damage in this battle because they didn't get a lot of, a lot of missiles off. We lost one elephant unit. Get the Cappadocians back here to charge into the backs of these units before we start to lose a bit more of elephant units.
We await your orders. Charge! Defensive positions.
And this unit is nicely glitched out over here. No idea what it's doing, but unfortunately that's what we are gonna have to deal with. Meanwhile, over here, very heavy melee infantry, no bonus versus elephants, so let's actually just go ahead and start charging into that unit. Get our Scythian arch missile troops to come somewhere over here. I don't want them to go via that direction. Capture the victory point. Meanwhile, our swordsmen, they are on the ramparts actually, sorry, I forgot about that. Go ahead, keep taking or attacking the ramparts. And put all of these guys in one group now. And they can go down. Melee infantry. Melee infantry means it should be easy to charge into them, even with the Cappadocian Lancers. What I will do is I will actually move my Cappadocian Lancers somewhere in this direction so that they don't charge into the enemy. Leave my elephants to do all the charging. Fantastic. Keep moving my elephants over here. Keep moving them across. Cappadocian Lancers will now charge into the rear of this unit. They are losing decisively. They're turned around, so charge our Cappadocian Lancers. And with that, they should be absolutely destroyed. Wonderful stuff right there. Okay, let's get our elephants and hit this unit over here. Meanwhile, our archers are going to capture the settlement. And I believe that is the victory point. Because it is the victory point, we should be done pretty soon. Cappadocian Lancers can also come towards the final point. We can fast forward, start attacking. Meanwhile, a group 5 can go ahead and hit this unit. And group 4, slow down. Let's see that charge. Big damage over here. And the cavalry can charge into those archer units as well. Elephants, man, they're absolutely crazy in siege battles. Absolutely crazy. Meanwhile, these Cappadocian Lancers can keep charging into those spearmen. And it might seem to be a bad idea, but I have a plan in place. And what we are actually going to do, we're actually going to charge them into the back with our elephant units. And that should force them to take some heavy casualties. As you can see, they are losing decisively now. Their formation is breached. They are going to waver, and with that we should be able to take care of that unit. Next up, we're going to charge all the way into that archer unit. Realign our cavalry. Charge into the backs, I believe, of this sword unit. And they should rout. Meanwhile, move over there. Quickly charge our Cappadocian Lancers into the back of that sword unit. Over here we have a final unit. We can use our general against them. And actually our units are almost capturing the settlement, but it looks like we will actually win the battle in the normal sense of things, because we only have some archers to deal with. Meanwhile, we charge our Cappadocian Lancers into these melee units. Elephants, as usual, are just so powerful in a siege, man. Completely recommend elephant units if you are, interested in winning a siege decisively. You can pull back our Cappadocian Lancers real quick. And with that, we have won the battle. Let's quickly change the reshade and hop into the campaign. Okay, a decent battle if I have to say so myself. We have lost a few of our citizen troops, but the majority of the casualties, of course, went towards our foreign troops. So we should be able to replenish fairly quickly, and we should be able to push the offensive towards Sparta. Alright, with that we have conquered Hirapetna. Let's go ahead and I really want to loot the settlement, but it is Hellenic and I promised we wouldn't be attacking any Hellenic stuff, so let's just peacefully occupy it. And don't have much money because of that, so I guess my sentimentality got the better of me. Go ahead and dismantle all the buildings we don't need, and we are going to continue taxing the province. Dismantle this building as well. Okay.
Ready for orders.
And we can go ahead and end the turn, but before we do that, we can level up some characters. Let's get that extra tax rate. That is super important. Extra wealth from industry, as well as the extra maintenance, empire maintenance. And that's good for that character. Meanwhile, we have another character we can level up, and that is a spy. Let's go ahead, get that improved chance for the spy for success. As you can see, Roma is just sending stack after stack of Legio 9 Invicta. We'll put that to the test. Meanwhile, over here, Fretensis. I wonder where Pompey Magnus actually went off to. Okay, with that, we can go ahead and end the turn, and we'll see what the Romans do at the end turn, and they might attack us during the end turn. If they do that, we are going to have to defend Ephesus from the Roman invasion. However, we do have some good units that can face off against the Romans. Let's have a look. This could be the very first battle against a Roman legion. So here we go. They are going to attack us via land. We didn't see that coming, so we actually managed to get a couple of fleets, which would not be very useful. However, let's go ahead, quick save over here and hop into the battle. Gonna have to defeat the Romans over here. Legio 2 Ionia, or Legio 3 Ionia. Yeah, let's see if you will be able to take Ionia. Ionia belongs to the Greeks, and it's gonna stay that way, my friend. Absolutely gonna stay that way. Meanwhile, the army composition is quite decent actually. I have like 3 cavalry, which is typical. Some auxiliary. I wish they could get their better auxiliary troops rather than that trash units. have opted to attack us during the fog, so cool is usually better during fog. Meanwhile, they are attacking us from this direction, so they will mostly come through this direction. Have a quick look at where the cavalry is at. And of course, we're going to keep the narrow section, which is this section over here. We're going to keep our pikemen over there. Pikemen are a bit more vulnerable to missile fire.
Form phalanx!
And we're going to place a wall like that.
Orders understood.
And now the pikemen are quite secure. That's good. Let's quickly get our general in group 1. Now,
We await your
we need to maybe create a wall on our right flank, because our right flank is pretty well vulnerable. Okay. I mean, I could create just slightly this wall. Still, okay, perfect. That's exactly where I want it to be. And now we can kind of... You know what? I'm actually going to align our hoplite in the opposite direction. So this wall over here, I'm going to position you like this instead. Okay. Fantastic. And our hoplite, you're going to be in the reverse kind of a direction. And the reason for this is because they're not really hoplite, they have defensive formation. Okay, that's interesting. The reason for this is because we have archers that can be here over here. And in front of the archers we can have our spearmen to kind of protect the archers should the need arise. Should the enemy decide to kind of attack the walls. And sorry, let's go ahead, get that. While this can be group 4. Group 5, Group 6. Okay, wonderful. We have some fleets over here. And yes, let's go ahead and start the battle. Deploy this over here.
Our reinforcements have arrived.
Reinforcements have arrived. Reinforcements can also kind of end up over here. Okay, these guys are missile troops, so let's actually get them over here and support our pikemen a bit. We are going to fast forward it over here, let the Romans get into the fighting as quickly as possible. It should be pretty easy to deal with the Romans. I mean, they are pretty good, don't get me wrong, but of course it is a defensive battle and we are a Hellenic faction, which means we have pretty good units to deal with the situation. And as you can see, these horsemen are going to charge into the pikemen, which are protected by the wall, so they are in fact not going to, probably not going to take damage, but they're not going to inflict any damage either. And sooner or later they will start to kind of lose some troops. This is what we need to watch out for, so move our ships close by over here. What's the range these guys have? Rhodian Marines, not sure. Meanwhile, a quick look of what's going on over here. Cavalry is taken care of. Meanwhile, we can get rid of the archers as well. Okay, get our cavalry out over there onto the left. No idea why these guys aren't firing. Maybe we move a little bit closer. No, that's not good, so come back. Okay, they are firing their javelins, which is great. I'm gonna come back and you're actually gonna deploy over here. Meanwhile, this ship is firing anyways, so might as well keep him over there. Get our cavalry around the enemy now. And now our archers can actually start targeting individual units in their flank. So that's going to be super helpful. Get a general closer to the action. Get our spearmen in and around the enemy. General can inspire. Okay, now that all of them are over there, we can move our cavalry closer and now throw all of our javelins into the back. So let's have a quick look at this. It's going to be pretty nice to see this. Alright, unleash the javs. And sooner or later these units are gonna break. Meanwhile, these units have managed to kind of reach the walls over here, so we need our archers to kind of move slightly behind. Okay, that's looking good over there. Meanwhile, the pike phalanxes are doing quite well as well. Our Marines have kind of landed, so that's good. Our general is a Sarmatian lancer, so he should be pretty good on the charge. And once our cavalry is completely depleted, their javelins, we are going to create or perform a mass charge. So just waiting for that moment. Let's go ahead, charge over here. This guy has used all his ammunition. You can charge this unit as well. Go ahead, charge over here. Archers, you can hit this unit. Maybe toggle on the fire mode because these units are pretty tough, so they're not going to retreat as easily. However, if we can reduce their morale with the fire arrows, that might change things for us. Hey, still this blob over here is still engaged. And our swords unit slowly moving up towards. Okay. Go ahead, hit these guys over here. You can hit here, you can hit here. And our general can also hit into the flanks. We should be able to rout entirely the army over here. That's fantastic. This side of the enemy offensive is completely crushed. That's great. Save our archers. We don't need them for now, and we can actually move them here. Meanwhile, our cavalry can continue to hunt down these units, make sure they don't return to the fighting. Let's fast forward once again. Quickly get our archers up over here, and now we can shoot into the enemy backs.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Meanwhile, our ship over here is dealing some damage against this. And this is one of the things I actually did for the campaign, is that I actually added colored shields so that Salah's faction will have blue color shields, while Marius's faction will have a red shield, so that you can easily differentiate between the legionaries. And you can even see the veteran legions over here having their blue shields. I just did that for your viewing convenience, I guess. While the general can charge at that archer unit that's trying to make a comeback into the battle. It will regret to do so, because we are a heavy Sarmatian shock cavalry. There's nothing an archer like that can do to stop us. Meanwhile, get our own archers in position, turn off the flaming shot for that standard shot. Get our cavalry in position as well. Spearmen over here can come out. And I really need you guys to come all the way here. And then eventually all the way here. The idea is to form up a defensive formation over here to prevent the enemy from retreating as easily. We can go ahead, toggle our archers on fire at will. This unit has taken quite a lot of damage just standing there and being hit by a ship.
The enemy general is dead.
There we go, the general is dead. And it is a melee troop, so we could technically charge with our general. Meanwhile, over here, we are shooting at the backs of these units, hopefully.
Heavy horsemen.
Big damage over here. Hopefully they rout quickly. And there we go. Okay, wonderful stuff over there. We can fast forward once again. And the general can charge into the backs over here. Once again, the archers can come here. No longer required over there. And now for trapping this entire section over here. Let's just go ahead, put our troops over there before the archers can fire. Get our ship as well close enough. Okay. All of our spearmen, hurry up. And there we go. Okay. Archers are nearly getting into that position. All these troops are done. We can put on that defensive formation. And now they should have incredible mass, making it extremely difficult for anyone to escape. What we're going to do is we're going to try to charge in with our cavalry and rout the whole army. There we go. Simple. Easy. And now they should be absolutely trapped over here. So there's nothing they can do. Stop our archer fire. Instead, put our archers on melee mode. Start charging at the enemy. As well, our general can also attack. As you can see over here, they're going to have a hard time getting through our units. There is no escape for the Roman armies. No, the Sulla getting wrecked hard. Absolutely going to get wrecked over here. There is zero escape. Zero escape for these lads. Meanwhile, over here, let's select these units. Go ahead and you can charge into these units as well. And right now you'll see some crazy kills over here racking up for every unit that's in this mosh pit, because you just have so many Romans that are, you know, stuck over here. Over here some Romans still haven't managed to escape. Not a single Roman has managed to escape over here, so they're all turning to the other direction, hoping they can get a better chance of escape on that other direction. However, that's not going to happen. What we are going to do is charge over here as well. Yeah, these Romans are done and dusted. We can just fast forward it over here while we see all the Romans just absolute carnage over here. Oh my god. You know, something that was nice in Rome Total War, not Rome 2 Total War, is that actually if you do something like this, the enemy fights to the death, so you do take some casualties. However, in Rome 2 Total War, they just pretty much just die. Quick look over here, 42. And these units still struggling to get past. They will not be able to do so. Our defensive formation over here will keep them at bay. Nothing they can do. This is their first cohort. It's only 24 men remaining over there. And absolutely destroyed over here. Of course, we are going to not chase down that unit, because if it is below 30 units, we have pretty much completely wiped it out. Let's have a look. And I think we have almost wiped that entire army out, so that is fantastic actually. All they have is a AOR spearman. And I don't really understand why they went for the Praetorian Guard, but it is what it is. You can just see some of the cavalry units got 800 kills as well. Crazy. Oof. Bye bye. One legion down. Let's go ahead and enslave him, because we need those slaves. And here we go. There's a second legion making its way towards Ephesus. I guess it hasn't learned their lesson. We are soon approaching the end of this episode, but there's still some time left in it, and I do want to see if I can perhaps acquire any more provinces, and if I can, then I will go ahead and do that, or regions rather. Let's just see that, because you know we have managed to do quite a lot in this episode. We have managed to completely secure Anatolia for ourselves. Conquering, of course, the entirety of Galatia, Cappadocia, the entirety of Asia, and getting a foothold in Thracia as well. That is definitely a good thing for us. Okay, so here we are in the next turn. Trespasser Nabata. Okay. I'm okay with that.
By sea.
Meanwhile, this dignitary has, of course, gotten off his deployment. That's because we have taken over the province, so let's not forget to redeploy him. While this fleet's over here still being a little bit annoying.
Ready for orders.
That's a pretty good army. Like a decent and
By sea.
nice looking composition over there. Did manage to get quite a lot of gold. Hellas. We need to improve the settlement over here at Hellas, so let's go ahead and do that. I wonder if Pontus actually has a special building. We don't. So this can give 120 wealth from commerce, from all commerce. So I guess let's actually go for this one. Get that wealth from commerce. And go ahead and improve that building as well.
For battle.
Meanwhile, over here we don't have any dignitaries left, so that's pretty sad, rather.
How may I serve Pontus?
And we could keep pushing on towards Sparta. Did I miss some chariot action? No, you didn't. We haven't yet recruited any chariots, but what we are going to do is we are absolutely going to start recruiting some of those chariots if we can. And we have leveled up over there, so definitely we can get some chariots. Let's go ahead and actually get those chariots.
You call this a garrison?
Move these guys over here, because eventually
By sea or by
we need those chariots.
He is good for
We need to get maybe 2 of the chariots for now. And apart from that, let us also recruit... can we recruit some more Galatian swordsmen? No, we can't, but we can get this unit, and this unit is quite good. Not so good though. But we can get some Cappadocian Lancers, so also let's get those. AOR Cappadocian Lancers, they're quite good. And Yes, with that, I think I can go ahead in the turn. I am still skeptical of attacking any settlement. You know what? What is the garrison looking like over here? It is pretty decent, but of course if I attack this settlement, these guys will come all the way over here. So let me actually move towards Pulpadeva. Try to capture the settlement of Pulpadeva instead. Meanwhile, we temporarily put up a guy over here and go ahead and end the turn. But before we do that, what we do want to do is perhaps... And how far can this legion reach? He can't really reach me. But that's good news. What we can do is just move all the way over here. Get a couple of these mercenary ships into our fleet. Meanwhile, what I am going to do over here is I'm going to put these guys into the port. They will not replenish, but the idea is to get some further movement range in the next turn. We are going to invade Sparta and hopefully Pulpadeva, and then I will go ahead and end this episode. So dignitaries are slowly making their way towards the Hellenic mainland, and soon we should be able to convert the entirety of the Hellenic mainland back to Hellenic culture. And of course we will have liberated the Greeks, but I think the objective of this live stream should either be to defeat the Romans entirely, or to the Discord invite in the YouTube thumbnail doesn't work. Oh, okay. Chaco Optico, thank you for that. And we'll definitely try to see if that... You mean in my description, right? And we are being attacked by these guys over here. Where is here? Is this Nicomedia? And I don't know why the auto-resolve is so bad. It's a close victory, so I'll take that. Okay. And only works for a few days, but I thought I made a permanent Discord invite. I'm surprised that it doesn't work. Let's see if I can create a permanent Discord link again, perhaps. Because there have been people who have recently joined, like today, and there's no other way they would have joined. But you know what, hit me up on Discord and I will send you an invite personally. My name is of course Summary in Discord. You can search for me. I use the same avatar, so I should be pretty easy to find. I think yeah, I'm Summary hashtag 4841. That's Summary hashtag 4841. So just DM me in Discord and I will send you a link to the server. Post lands. This is not good because they could technically get some mercenaries.
We fight for you. Poseidon
I have no idea what's going on over here, man. Seriously. This army was not there, now it's there. Absolutely no idea what's going on. Meanwhile, this Roman legion hasn't really moved anywhere. Can do is get a couple more mercenary ships, the melee ones. Okay, upgrade them.
Fleet reporting, my lord. By sea or by
And we go ahead and attack this. We have a navy. Let's quick save over here. And we're gonna go ahead and attack this army. And let's see how that goes. Fortunately, it doesn't look like we will be able to conquer anything in this episode, maybe we might be able to just steal Sparta off the Romans, but let's see. Being able to steal Sparta from the Romans would be quite, quite good, because then, and only then, we can pincer movement Sulla in the mainland of Hellas. Let's go ahead and start this battle, quickly move up, and here, pretty much, you can see how I attack or take part in naval battles. Attacking transport ships is actually quite easy, and I don't want the ship to move too sideways, so I'm going to select a ship behind it. Okay, we should technically have some ships in reserve, but our fleet is pretty poor quality, so we are going to just have one line of ships, and our general will actually form the reserve. But we got to be a little bit careful not to lose our general in this engagement. Let's see, we can completely destroy one legion of Roman at sea. It should be quite easy to do so. Okay, double time over here.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Okay, this ship can go here. Carry on, carry on, carry on. These ships haven't been sunk. The general in the reserve can carry on. Meanwhile, you keep pushing.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Okay, that ship is being boarded, which isn't good news. And you gotta keep spamming it sometimes, because sometimes it doesn't work. And our general can go ahead and help over there. Meanwhile, this ship keeps spamming it so that it sinks. Okay, wonderful. And keep moving, get out of there. Get out, get out, get out. Are you gonna get caught up too? That'll be unfortunate if you are. Okay, but it's fine. We have another ship over here to support it. Meanwhile, this ship can continue to ram over here. This ship is in a position facing this way, so he can go over here, hit this ship. Wonderful. The ship just got free. Meanwhile, our general can perhaps turn around. Come on, come on. Beautiful. Go ahead, hit this unit. Boom.
One of our ships is on fire. Crewed and ready.
Which ship is on fire? Okay, I could continue and lose one ship. We have to see, am I going to be fast enough? Come on, hurry up. 64, 65, come on. Oh my god, this guy's running. Okay, he just got caught. 85. Come on.
Our general is under attack.
Okay, good. Wait, what? Oh, there's one more ship. I gotta get out. That's fine, I don't care. Okay, there we go. Nice battle. We managed to lose one ship, but we managed to take care of an entire Roman legion, so that is definitely a good trade-off. And of course, it's only a mercenary ship, so I don't really care. I eventually want to have a more professional fleet. And when I do, then it's pretty much curtains for the Solani. Heroic victory. This is often the case in naval battles, because when you play a naval battle, you have low army numbers and high, of course, enemy numbers if they are a land-based army. Go ahead and enslave all the captives. Need to keep enslaving people. Of course, a quick look at our, as you can see, Asia is now at 21,370 denarii per turn. That's fantastic. Meanwhile, over here, I believe this legion can kind of move somewhere in that direction. Ah, that was a bad move because he's going to take a bit of attrition. However, I believe in the next couple of turns he can attack Sparta. So it's risky. Okay, let's see how that goes. Meanwhile, just let's quickly get some abilities for this fleet now, shall we? And what we can do is actually disband. Now I'm gonna keep this because maybe this guy will try to get into the sea. Let's see how that goes. Meanwhile, I can disband these mercenaries because they are costing me quite a bit. And a quick look at our politics. Families are not looking too happy, but we can send them to improve the public order in Hellas, and that should improve their loyalty towards us. Meanwhile, we should continue our pursuit in politics, improve this character, improve her authority as well, and she's starting to look a bit decent. Go ahead and end the turn. Hopefully in the next turn we attack Sparta, and we of course even try to take out Odysseus if we can. Right. The Mariani Solani. Okay, let's have a look at. Okay, it seems like at Odysseus they have a couple of units over there, so we might not be able to take it for now. So let's just stay put in Anthea, probably call it a day, and save up and continue the campaign in the next week. However, let's just wait for the end turn and see what actually develops. Meanwhile, I'm still not happy with the situation in, Armenia. Of course, the Armenians no longer are trading with us, and Tigranes the Great could eye our weakened rear. We thought our eastern front would be secure, but Tigranes, yeah, he's treacherous. We gotta be careful because he's gonna be quite powerful. And that's pretty much going to be very problematic if we are not careful. Let's actually recruit up a army in anticipation for Tigranes. Meanwhile, over here, just move our army a bit closer towards Sparta. Go ahead and get the building that gives commerce bonus. Okay. And over here, once again, these guys are complete. So what I am actually going to do is maybe hire or move back towards Nicomedia with this army. This army can just stick around in Anthea for a while. Okay, that being said and done, we can see if we can actually move a spy down towards here and perhaps manage to assassinate this character. It is a 44% chance, so that's what we should have been doing all along. However, it's never too late, and some of the characters have leveled up, so let's go ahead, get some extra tax rate in that province. And we do have this ability over here, which gives increased wealth from all industry as well as commerce, so definitely want to get that. Meanwhile, I did notice another ancillary that could be of use, and that's the tax rate. So let's see. Okay, both of these guys have that. I believe this fleet over here would not have that, so let's go ahead and give him that. Wonderful. And with that, in the next turn, we should be making quite a bit from Asia, and slowly but surely you will see that we will be making just enough money to have at least 4 to 5 legions easy. However, with that, Khalsa, what's my PC spec? Sorry, I'm not a very big computer expert, but I will do a diagnostics to share my PC specs. But all I know is that I have a 3090 RTX. A friend of mine helped me set it up during the lockdown, and back then we used to all play Call of Duty. However, yes, with that, I think I am going to go ahead and end the episode. It has been yet another long episode, and in the next episode I am going to conduct a poll. Basically what we are going to do is we're going to try to liberate, of course, the Hellenic world, And then after that, I'm pretty much going to give you guys a choice of whether we push further westwards towards Roma, or if we go eastwards and conquer Alexander's empire. Because in the case of Pontus, there is a kind of like a myth that he is the chosen savior of the Greek people, and of course the heir apparent to Alexander. However, with that, I thank you all for watching the video. Hope you all enjoyed, and if you liked the video, please like the video, and don't forget to subscribe if you are interested for more.